All right. Pre-game show starting a little earlier than scheduled because I got a lot to talk about before I get off the air and get back up here at um, near 1 o'clock, so we can go to that game right there. I never thought I'd be doing a game on a Sunday, which Bryce Young will be the story along with Baker Mayfield, but they're playing for the division title. Speaking of that, you talk about two different cities. Well, really, one is a town, the other one's a city, a metropolis. That in the metropolis right now, people are still dancing, crying, and celebrating. And on the other side, is just something missing with the team on the other side. I'm going to start with the winners. What a job by Ben Johnson. And I'm going to tell you the difference between Ben Johnson, Mike, uh, uh, Mike McDaniel, and Matt LaFleur, here's the difference. With Ben Johnson, he pressed the buttons and the players performed. It's just what it is. They were down last night and out. And the turning point of this game to me was when LaFleur, when it was 2nd and 1, calls a timeout. And they was about to get the first down because he was handing off the football and uh, Jacobs would have got the first down. Instead, this idiot coach, who is horrible at time management, who loves running the football when they just paid a quarterback a year ago uh, 220 something $1 million. And I'm going to get to some things today that Jason Whitlock put out, and he caught a lot of heat from a lot of people. Let me get to this first. LaFleur, when this season's over, and to me, the Packers are done. They were done when they lost to Denver. That was it. And the way they lost to Denver. And then Parsons gets hurt. They're going to bring Matt LaFleur into the office. And Brian Gutekunst is going to say this. Paying a quarterback $53 million. We're beginning September 6th of 2026. We are throwing the football 65 to 75% of the time. You know what the problem with Matt LaFleur is? He outthinks himself. He thinks he has all the answers and he doesn't. And he wonders why he don't get the respect nationally. It's because he does dumb shit at the wrong times. Bad clock management. Again, always calling a timeout in the first quarter because he has to be perfect. And now with Love concussed, I'm going to get to that game, by the way. I'm going to do the coaches first. They can win with Malik Willis. They were showing that last night. And 2, he effed up the rhythm. 2nd and 1, timeout. 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. Couldn't get it. He's the type of coach, folks, that behind closed doors, and some of you are going to laugh at me what I'm about to say, but I'm dead ass what I'm going to say. He's tougher than you think he is. And that's probably one of the reasons why players don't really like playing for him. They will tell you that, but you really see about a team when things go wrong. They got Lamar next week. I don't think Love's going to play because he was out of it. You're talking concussed. And if the Packers put him out there and Baltimore wants to play bully ball against them, and that's another problem with the Packers. I told you, when push comes to shove, their defense always lets them down. Happened again last night. Well, you guys, Chicago team back is ascending right now. And we're going to have Chicago and San Francisco next Sunday night on NBC. I'm going to have the game up here. To me, the 2 leading coaches for Coach of the Year in the NFL. And I'll throw in my man Mike McDonald, of course, in Seattle with the best record in football. But of course, the media don't want to give Coach Mack any love. Well, that's a story for another day. I did Mike McDonald. Okay, Ben Johnson. I'm saving Mike McDaniel for last. Ben Johnson, who was once the Dolphins assistant coach. My, he is so schooled in his offensive philosophy that he's one of these coaches when it works, everybody buys it. And it's working for the Bears right now. You know what's working for the Bears right now? Play action passes and more importantly, a power running game. Let me repeat that one more time. A power running game. Oh, we're going to talk about all this today. Plus this game and the big game in Denver, which I'll be doing at 4 o'clock Eastern time. Okay? Ben Johnson gets it. Ben Johnson knows it. Ben Johnson calls it. Ben Johnson gets it done. That's why the Bears are 11-4 and are one win away from not only the division title, but they'll be the 2 seed in the N.F.C. Who the hell? I said the Bears will be improved, not 11-4 improved. Okay, I was looking at 9-8, 10-7. Right now, they are clicking on all cylinders, and you got to give all the credit to my man Ryan Poles, who I'll be doing a big feature on. I'm doing the Dolphins next weekend. In 2 weeks to end the year, I'll be doing a big spread on, to me, top 3 GM in all football. What a job he's done since he got to the Bears. Outstanding job. It leaves me to Mike McDaniel. He was brought to Miami to make a crap ass quarterback become a megastar. And I'm tired of people saying, oh, he was leading the league in passing, that he's a scrub. I've been telling you people this. Okay? All right? I don't want to hear about this, and that. If he was so great, Miami wouldn't be about to make a move, and it's going to kill their cap situation for the next 2 years. They're not going to have good cap space to 2028. But that said, Mike McDaniel reinvented himself when his job was on the line. One thing in past Dolphin teams, they were never coached up. Now, these guys are being coached up. When the last time you saw a Dolphin team be physical? And get used to it, Dolphin fan. Get used to that. Okay? Get used to it. Because you're going to be physical for a while. Okay? Get used to it. All right? He has overnight reinvented himself and more importantly, reinvented the style of football. Something, but I've been saying since I started my platform 5 years ago, that I'm going here, folks, because I feel good now, that the Dolphin dumbass community would pump them up like these guys were. This quarterback was Jesus. You had ass clowns in the Dolphin community saying he was better than Dan Marino. Can you believe the stupidity of these people? I'll tell you what Mike McDaniel did. He went to the owner and he said, hey, I had enough of this shit. I'm going back to what made me a coach in the league, playing power football. And you're going to give me a game manager to replace this clown when it's all said and done. All you people down in South Florida, you all suck, by the way. Oh, Brian Flores, an apology. See, me and Flo, we was on the same page. This guy could have been tongued over. He will be the next place he goes, by the way. I'm going to tell you right now, his agent, Brian Williams, Athletes First, they're going to put him in the best position he can be. Okay? Offensive line, running game, defense. Gee. I remember I said this in the middle of the season. I said, boy, would he be good in New Orleans? New Orleans is better than you, Dolphins. They just don't have the quarterback. You put two on that team, they win that division next year, I guarantee you that. And he's playing most of his games indoors, in warm weather. Carolina and Tampa, warm weather, indoors against Atlanta, indoors at home. He would be a perfect fit in New Orleans. But he's not in Miami because the Dolphins organization failed. You damn right, they failed him. Because when they had a chance to get a stud offensive tackle, I don't know about Austin Jackson, he blows ass. And Panay Sewell. I had this idiot Eric McIntosh up here 2 years ago saying that Waddle was better than Sewell, Chase, and Parsons. Really? Really, Ian? Really? You really believe that? And you have Big Money Sean and 305 agreeing with it. Well, I wonder how it looks now. Parsons with a blown ACL is 10 times better than Waddle. Okay? Parsons is on his way to Canton with one leg. And so is Sewell. Okay? All right? Waddle's all right, but I'm not going to waste the sixth pick on him. And look how that failed. Every draft pick in 2020 and 21 drafts are not in Miami anymore. They're all gone. Two is gone. You might as well say two is gone too. And I don't know what to tell you. But McDaniel is reinventing himself. And now, moving forward, Miami will be a game-managing power football team. What they should have been. And what they're going to be now. And I'm glad that they finally saw the light. That this quarterback dream of throwing 45 touchdowns, which all the Dolphin community believed in. Those assholes. All of them. Okay? And now, okay, you're going to have to hope that Quinn Ewers wins 2 of these last 3 games, which is possible. I don't see the Dolphins losing today. And next week is the game that all you clowns better watch because he's got to do it with a healthy Baker Mayfield and a healthy offense now. All his receivers are back. And you better damn believe Tampa Bay is going to be throwing that football against your asses next week. McDaniel, to end his story, not only saved his job, but told everybody, shout out to Joe Rose, everybody, that I can do a running game. That's my specialty. And next week, when we do straight football, we're going to do Achan and Jordan Brooks, the 2 cornerstones, not the quarterback that's been benched. Those 2 players are the new faces of the Dolphin franchise. One on offense, one on defense. Both of them will be in the Pro Bowl. I know. You Dolphin fans, you idiots, you're going to be upset because your quarterback is not there. Because you assholes only believe in the quarterback. If Tua threw, just listen to some of these people. If Tua threw 45 touchdowns and 7 picks, but you go 4-13, all you son of a bitches will be celebrating, high-fiving. Yeah, we got a quarterback. Well, guess what? I know a lot of you morons only jumped on board because Tua's there. He's gone now. And the next quarterback, I will promise you, because you win today, you have no dreams and hopes of getting Mendoza. You got nothing to trade up for a team to bite. And nobody's biting on Mendoza, by the way. Just to let you know. The only team that has shown interest is the Jets. And the Jets can do that because they have 5 number 1s. Okay? You better hope Quinn Ewers win these 2 games coming up. Just these 2 games. He ain't winning New England because New England now is going to need the game because Buffalo is right on their tail. They're going to need these 2 wins, and he will be the starter next year. And what they will do with him, as much as I hate Daryl Bevel, the one thing Daryl Bevel can do is prop up a quarterback. He can do that well. Okay. And I see the Dolphins putting Quinn Ewers in the laboratory Now that Mike McDaniel got these guys coached up now, they're being coached up, believe it or not. Yeah, I know you guys don't care because all you ass clowns in the Dolphin community care about is quarterback. That's all you care about. Let me get back to Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers will be coached up to be a game manager. Something that the quarterback that just got terminated, or he will be terminated March 12th, should have been what he should have been doing. But nope, the owner who passed up on Justin Herbert, and now the Dolphins got to live with that they picked the quarterback with a busted hip over Justin Herbert, over Jordan Love, where I would have took Tristan Wirfs at 5, Justin Jefferson at 18, and Love at 26, and you have a future. Instead, every ass clown that you drafted, other than Eichenberg, is gone. Unreal, right? It's gone. And one more thing to you Dolphin ass clowns in the Dolphin community. Don't focus on the quarterback. We're going to get the quarterback. These dumbasses. I don't know this sensational quarterback. I don't know. You better watch this team when it comes to drafting. Because the one thing they haven't done well since 1983 is draft consistently. That's what you better be looking at. Instead of talking about, well, who's going to be the quarterback? Because I promise you, and what I'm going to be doing, because like I said, I cannot stand those people. What I'm going to be doing is peeking in and hearing what these ass clowns talk about. And I will guarantee you, anyone, $1,000, the number one topic of these ass clowns moving forward is going to be the quarterback. You can't make this shit up with these damn ass clowns in the Dolphin community. You cannot make it up. You can't. All right, let's get to Jason Whitlock, who, and this is blown up. This has gone viral. He said something on Thursday that caught my attention. Back in the year 2018, 19 of the 32 quarterbacks in the league threw for average over 250 passing yards a game. At the end of this year, it's only going to be 5. Prescott, Mahomes, Goff, Drake May, and Stafford. Now, he took the race card into it, and in a lot of ways, I buy it. I see it with Matt LaFleur right now. One of the reasons why the Green Bay Packers are inept. A lot of these coaches don't trust the black quarterback. They won't let the black quarterback flourish. The only one that does is John Harbaugh. He's the only one, along with Dallas. Okay. Plus, they got the blessing of Jera. That's why Dak Prescott is as good as he is. But the point is, Whitlock pointed out that the black quarterback is a failure. His latest video, by the way, that's out is white excellence. And he had the stats to prove him right. Okay. And what he made that topic is it was a crazy numbers too. That the nine of the top 10 quarterbacks with point differential, the top 9 were white. Caleb Williams was the only black quarterback in the league that was over, his team was over in plus minus, which means you have more points you have scored than giving up. Seattle is a whopping 163. Good God, they're having a monster year. That means Seattle blows everybody out. And the point he was making was that other than Mahomes, Love, and there was a number one he gave credit to because they're half white, Prescott, and there was one more he gave who was half white. He basically said these guys, he said what I said, that the coaches are the ones that are fucking with him. The rest of them he calls a complete failure. Totally dogged Lamar Jackson. in the video. Totally thought. Now we know Whitlock loves the white man. We know this. But he did have the facts of what he was talking about. He had the facts of what he was talking about. And I'm not a homer, except for the Miami Hurricanes yesterday. I was a homer then. Who doesn't get credit for throwing the 2-point conversion? Who doesn't get that boy? Good morning to all you guys, by the way. Because I didn't have my chat up. I was just rambling on, talking. Because today I'm in a good mood to talk. Good to see Fred Ward back. I'm just in the mood to talk this morning early. That boy, who are you talking about? Oh, Sam Darnold gets no respect. You guys can come up if you want. Sam Darnold gets no credit. And not from me. He doesn't get it from the national media because no one cares about Seattle. And this is what I was saying yesterday. That if you're Seattle and you're Jacksonville, there's a reason why these franchises are flourishing right now. The reason is no one cares about them. And when you play in a franchise that nobody cares about, you can go under the radar and do what you want to do because no one cares. You think the national media right now is happy that Denver and Seattle are powerhouses? Hell no. They're not happy. No. Now they're going to cling on to the Chicago Bears. No. Because it's Chicago. And like I said, and I've been saying this up here for the longest, that when the Hurricanes, the Seahawks, and the Jaguars have to work twice or so. No, that's not true. See, maybe the Hurricanes do. Sunshine has won a playoff game. Matter of fact, he beat your boy who was up 27-0 in the game. Okay. Sunshine, people are rooting for Trevor Lawrence. No one cares about Sam Darnold. That's the difference. What's up, Iman? What's up to all you guys this morning? My thing, why you heard me rumbling on like I was not because I was ignoring you guys. It was because I was just focused on what I was doing. I didn't even have to chat up, to be honest with you. So if you think I was ignoring you, I apologize. I wasn't. Yeah, exactly. Exactly what Iman said in the chat. Jacksonville, no one's going to Jacksonville when they're going to Florida. They're going to Miami. They're going to Orlando. They're not thinking about Jacksonville.
They're going to Tampa to a certain extent, too.
Yeah. Well, my point is up here that Jason Whitlock made a lot of good points when he said the black quarterback is only a DEI draft pick. Do I believe that? No, because at the time when these kids were drafted, they were the best coming into the league. Okay?
Well, Mace, I have a question. Would they, this is an honest question. Would you guys I know he's light-skinned a little bit. Would you consider Patrick Mahomes a black quarterback or?
Most black people don't, unfortunately. He is, but most black people don't. No.
Yeah. Isn't his father black, I thought?
Or yeah, his mother's white. Yeah, just like Jordan Love, his father was white. His father's black, his mother's white.
Yeah, no. And this is what
Prescott
makes me mad.
Too, by the way. Dak Prescott also.
Yeah, no. That's what is upsetting to me, that they don't consider, because of that one of their parents is white, they're still black and stuff like that to an extent. They should be considered black quarterbacks, but
the black, and Iman can confirm this. That boy can confirm this. Brothers like Lamar Jackson, brothers like Jaden Daniels. That's who they like as their quarterback.
Oh, the suburb African American people like Patrick Mahomes.
Yes. Jordan
Okay.
Love, yes.
Oh, but the people that are in the inner cities are going to gravitate towards Lamar, Jaden Daniels, a Michael Vick, and stuff like
That's
that.
their heroes, exactly. Yeah.
A Keelan Drones from what's it called, from Vatek. Like
I don't
those
know
type.
who he is, but I know that who's the other one, Iman? Let me think deep. There's someone else in the league.
Is Kyler that way too?
Which one?
Like, is Kyler is Kyler considered black, or is he like what we're talking about? He's more towards like Patrick Mahomes, and
His mother's Asian.
Oh, his mother's Asian?
But they like Kyler Murray.
Oh.
That boy should be up here. He said to you, biracial is not black, Manzano. Cam Newton, they adore. Thank you, Iman. They adore Cam Newton. Yes, they do.
Michael Penix. I forgot Michael Penix in Atlanta.
He has to do something before everybody jumps on his bandwagon.
And there's me and you talked about this, Mace. There are certain teams, certain franchises that don't want to draft a black quarterback and have him be the face of the franchise.
New York Giants comes to mind.
The Dolphins?
Dolphins come to mind, yes.
The Packers, I'm surprised they drafted Jordan Love.
Because they drafted him because he fits their system.
It's more of a system fits than anything.
Yes.
The Cowboy, Dak is borderline, to be honest.
Dak is just like the others because he's biracial. He's like the others. The brothers don't like him too much unless they're Cowboys.
Oh, no, but what I'm saying, the Cowboys won't have
Lamar Jackson. Yes, I agree with that.
Both New York teams can be very racist, I think.
I think the Jets will give a black quarterback more of a chance than the Giants. Yes, I do agree with that.
The Philadelphia Eagles have one.
Yeah, he's got both parents in him. And that was the point where Whitlock was going with this. That the biracial quarterbacks he thinks are damn good. And Jalen Hurts because he comes from a two-parent home and he was raised well. While he cannot stand, he let that be known, he cannot stand Lamar Jackson.
Is it because the mother deals with everything?
No, because he looks at Lamar Jackson as a thug.
Honestly, Jason Whitlock, I like him, but he can be very he seems like a self-loathing black man. Am I being hard?
He is, yeah. I feel his pain, by the way, because I was fat most of my life. I feel his pain.
The two guys I honestly like that give you the honest point of view is Unk and Ocho.
But Manzano, what are they?
Media.
They're pure brothers. That's why the brothers go to them. Whitlock just doesn't like. Whitlock is right, but I don't look at it the way he does. He looks at it as he's hating on black men. I'm looking at it as the facts, the numbers. Whitlock is looking at it. That's why he did white excellence, where, like I said, the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL that their teams are killing people. There's only one black quarterback, and that's Caleb Williams at the bottom. He was number 10. He has his facts right.
And I don't see
the black quarterback is ruining the game, and he cannot wait to 27, where most of the quarterbacks who are going to be in that great quarterback group is going to be Caucasian. That's him. That's not me.
Yeah, no, and this is an honest question. Do you think the development of the athletic, the super run first quarterbacks are going to die out with a Lamar coming out of high school? Like, once Lamar retires, you're not.
No, even retire. It's going to be done. It's going to start to die next year when 20 quarterbacks, I believe 18 is going to be white.
No, I'm not talking about the color of the skin. I'm talking about the style of the quarterback.
Again, next year you'll see the beginning in 2027 of the die out of the black quarterback. Lamar will be around, the running quarterback. Lamar will be around to see this.
But most of these guys are going to be traditional, like they're going to be an Aaron Rodgers type mobile quarterback where they can extend the pocket side to side, but they're not going to give you like 15, 18 to like 20 yards like a Lamar.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Like Lamar said, Iman said in the chat, Jets will give brothers more of a chance. Yeah, they will. They're going to.
Hey, Iman, by the way, I want to ask you this. What was with your Knicks celebrating that dumbass trophy?
Iman is not a Knicks fan. He's a Laker fan. He's a LeBron fan.
I'm still trying to figure out the idiocy of that.
Iman is the president of the LeBron James fan club.
Mace, can you explain the idiocy of that to me? I'm still trying to figure that out.
I will kill them sometime this week, but I'm going to go in on these immigrant Knicks fans. I'm gonna go in on immigrant sports fans who swear they're more smarter than U.S. sports fans.
That's European soccer fans. That ego, Mace.
A lot of them are European soccer fans. Iman, why don't you pull up, bro? Yeah, Knicks fans think they're winning the championship. Yeah, he's laughing at Knicks fans. He's a LeBron guy. He's a Laker guy. Iman.
Yeah, no, and like, you know what it is? I can't believe I'm saying this. It's kind of like, in general, British people look at Americans as uneducated, very like the people who they focus on is the people from the South, like people from Alabama, people from Texas. They feel everybody's like those they feel Americans are all hillbillies, Mace. Am I being harsh?
Yeah, but most of America, I traveled this country. Most of the United States is hillbillies. You never knew that?
I thought that was mainly the deep South.
I would say 80% of this country are hillbillies. 80%.
Yeah, no, but 80%, but they label everybody, even people in the cities, has hillbillies.
What makes that? I appreciate that, Iman. Say it again.
No, but they have this they feel that even the city people are uneducated too.
A lot of them are not.
Yeah,
why do you think one of the most crimes happen in big cities? They're right about that. And let me say this to the British. Like, London is all great. From what I hear, London's a ghetto.
Yeah, no. And they have their own hillbillies in England. If you go,
I know they do.
And I think it's so that hatred for the Americans, it's that they have their own hillbillies and they can't control them and stuff like that.
You mean the hooligans? Well, anyway, I want to get back to football. I could care less about the Knicks. I'll kill them this week.
What I was saying in the chat, mates, do you agree with this? When we drafted Quinn, I said it from the beginning. He's going to be an elite game manager with the ability to become – he has an arm. People forget.
Yeah, the Dolphins were talking about that the other day, but they like his explosiveness in his arm. But, hey, if he wins these 2 games, folks, and I expect the Dolphins to win today against the Bengals who have quit, and Joe Burrow's begging to get out of there. Okay.
Where do you think Joe, in your honest opinion, where do you think Joe lands if he leaves?
I don't know, but I think he retires until Mike Brown trades him.
Oh, so I've said this I feared that this would happen with him, because them and the Colts with Andrew Luck had the same issue.
And
they refused to build the offensive line.
And the Dolphins with Tua, they still drafted Sewell, and instead they drafted Waddle.
Yeah. They want more entertainment than stability and stuff like that.
The most
Yeah, no,
hillbillies in this
but the
country.
mentality. I feel bad for the kid. I feel bad for like the fans, like not Vader, but I have Bengals fans down here. They're already they're blaming him for all the losses when it's the franchise not building a damn offensive line
I
that's
don't know.
causing
People
him
don't
to
pay
get
it,
injured.
but you know what the problem is, Tony? People don't want to see an offensive line. I'm gonna get back to that in a second. Salute the third ward. The most hillbillies in this country reside in places like Kentucky, West Virginia, Iowa, Idaho, Kansas, and North and South Dakota. Good to see you, Fred. Happy holidays to you and yours, bro. He's right. And getting back to what you just said, the Dolphins failed Tua more than anybody else because he was the number 5 pick in the draft. The Bengals at least been to a Super Bowl with Burrow. He's the only quarterback on the planet that can say, I won in the snow in Buffalo and I won in a playoff game in Buffalo and I won in Kansas City. He's the only one who could say that. So he did his obligation.
Yeah, they just
Tua,
couldn't get over the hump.
Tua, on the other hand, the Dolphins used him wrong. Brian Flores is right. I was right. Game manager. He would have been the best game manager in football. Instead, they want these dumbass fans in the Dolphin community, all of them, led by Eric McIntosh, you know him as EM and Reasons, told you fools that he had the arm of God, and most of you dumbasses in the Dolphin community believe that bullshit. and like I said, you know what these ass clowns are going to be saying? Come the off season, we gotta get a quarterback. We gotta get a quarterback. Well, if you win today, you are out of the Mendoza sweepstakes. You could kiss you're 11 right now. You win today, you'll go down to 16. Dolphin fan.
Yeah, no, and we're out of even Dante Moore too. But Dante's going back to college.
Nobody wants Dante Moore. Nobody wants none of these quarterbacks.
Nobody. Every franchise is waiting until next year.
Yeah, because they're going to be 20 in the first round. That's going to be gone.
And that's where, honestly, I've been saying this from the beginning. And people say I'm crazy, Mace. With the league being pass heavy most of the time, the old way of building from inside out doesn't make any sense. You should build from the back end going towards the defensive.
It's funny that you say that. Denver, Jacksonville, New England, Houston, Indianapolis to a degree, Seattle, the Rams. Who's the other team?
San Francisco?
No. Who's the other team?
The Eagles?
No. Yeah, the Eagles. And there's one more in this mix.
Tampa?
No. In the A.F.C. I'm thinking of who is somebody else. It slips my mind. But the point I'm going
the Chargers? Is, the Chargers?
No, because both their tackles are gone. No. The one thing these teams have in common that a team who the media is going to jump on the bandwagon because they're desperate is Buffalo. And Buffalo will be an early out. I can tell you that right now. Because those teams have defenses that can travel. Yeah. Now, right now, Kenneth Walker IV, to me, is the key to everything in the playoffs. Him and Harvey of Denver. Why? Those two teams have the best records. The problem is their running game is not stout. To me, the most complete team in the league right now is the Jacksonville Jaguars. And you're going to find that out today in Denver.
I've been saying, honestly, I like how Jacksonville is playing because they're taking the critical moments out of Sunshine's hand because he can make mistakes that are ridiculous sometimes.
I'm going to say something to what Fred Ward just said. Fred Ward, I've been saying that for the last 3 years, man. There is no team in the N.F.L. that has more pressure to get it done than the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen, he's right. Josh Allen has the most pressure of any player in the league to get a Super Bowl, and he's not going to get it for two reasons. Number one, his receivers suck ass. So when you go up against them, it's like Denver. They go up against the Broncos now. They go up against the Texans now. Their receivers will be covered, and the quarterback will get his ass beat. And number two, their defense sucks. So right now, Buffalo is like a team. Any team in the top of the A.F.C. right now, they will welcome Buffalo to their building.
Yeah, and I said this, Mace, to begin with. I think Denver is the hardest place to play.
Is one of them.
No,
This is Josh
and
Allen.
I've said this too. Like, I don't think teams can train for that altitude, and
I think Seattle's tough to play. This
because
is Josh Allen's best chance to most clear out path to a Super Bowl, but that's not going to happen, Fred Ward. And the reason why
Mace, I have a question when it comes to you brought up the Patriots. Actually, you talked about the Patriots a little bit. Like, I feel honestly, I feel they might get a. They're one of the teams. It's they made the playoffs too soon a little bit. Like they're too young, and I think Drake May is going to make mistakes and cost them the playoff game.
Well, if you're Buffalo, that's the team you want to play in the first round because you know how to play them and beat them, which they showed last week. Josh Allen down 21-0. Fred Ward, you've been missing me up here talking about your team, bro. I've been doing nothing but telling everybody how stout the Texans are. See, this is the first time in football in a long, long time. 6, 8, 9 teams can win the Super Bowl, and you wouldn't be surprised. The problem with the media is they don't want that. They want a clear cut. They're not getting a clear cut. But you're right. I saw the game. I've been praising the Texans up here, Fred Ward, last couple of months. I'm the one that started showing them love and how great they are turning into. But problem with Texans, and this is what I was going to go with next. If Kenneth Walker IV played like he did Thursday night, you might as well give Seattle the trophy right now because that's what they lack, a consistent running game. All these teams who are at the top, I'm talking Denver, I'm talking Seattle, I'm talking Buffalo. Well, Buffalo got a good running game. They don't have a defense like they once had. Who's the team, like I keep saying, is the most complete team. I'm reading you, Fred Ward. Don't worry, I'm reading you. The most complete team in the league right now is Jaguars.
Mace, and for me, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this.
Great.
With the Texans, what hurts them too, I like C.J. Daniels, but he's not a superstar. They don't have a superstar on that team.
I think Houston's going to be just fine. He's C.J. Stroud starting his season now when you need to start the season. He got a defense behind. He's fine. Nico Collins is healthy. They're fine. The problem with Houston is, they're going to get a consistent running game.
Yeah, because Kenneth Walker seems to disappear sometimes. I don't know what it is, too.
Yeah, Fred Ward just said the offensive line sucks ass. Yeah, he's a Texan fan. Seattle team overall, but I still don't trust. That boy doesn't like the fact that Sam Darnold don't get his respect. He'll get it if he wins a playoff game. That's when he'll get it.
I thought he won playoff games with the Rams, Miss.
He never played for the Rams, Tony.
Sam Darnold.
You know Stafford's been there for 5 years, right?
Who was the quarterback before him?
Jared Goff. That was the trick.
Okay.
Jaguars are overrated to me. They'll come back. They're not coming back down to earth. And if they win in Denver today, you got to start thinking about them being the number 1 seed. That's why I'm doing that Bronco game today because if Jacksonville wins, who they got? They got Tennessee left, and they're going to beat the Colts next week. They win this game today, they'll end up 12-4. A Bronco loss, they'll have home field. Patriots lose in Baltimore tonight. Remember, New England is in the playoffs. Baltimore is fighting for their lives now.
This is a question with that game that you're just talking about, the Jaguars and Chiefs, the Jaguars and Broncos.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility that they actually have the backups play?
The Broncos are playing for home field, man. They haven't clinched anything but a playoff spot. Do the Jags play the Texans? No, they split. They split already. Jaguars left, Colts, Titans.
They're going to beat the Titans. We know that.
Both. They're going to win both.
Colts game scares me because the Colts want to try to prove that they're still a playoff team.
Yeah, but they're 2 games behind Jaguars.
Mm-hmm. And they
think the Rams or the Broncos to win the Super Bowl this year. I picked the Rams from April, but I don't think the Rams are a team that can go on the road and win 3 games. I don't. Broncos, they better get Harvey running, because I'll say it again. What's big about this game today is if the Jaguars can go in there and win the game, they're setting themselves up very nicely. Speaking of games, let's talk about Baker Mayfield and Carolina today. Hey, Floyd, that could be the Super Bowl. That would be a pretty cool Super Bowl, Broncos and Rams. That would be good. That defense against the Rams offense, that would be a pretty good Super Bowl. What I think all will be interesting is the Bears might end up playing the Eagles in the playoffs. If that happens, who you got winning that game? I got to go with the Bears. I love the Bears, man. I love the Bears. I love the GM. I'm doing the Dolphins next week, but in 2 weeks, I will do Ryan Pauls in straight football. I love the Bears. The Bears do things right. They play power football, but as you saw last night, the quarterback can do some things. And I'm always a Caleb Williams guy. I liked him when he was in USC. I'm glad Caleb is playing well. I am. And Chicago folks, they win next week in San Francisco. We're doing that game up here next Sunday night. Bears at the Niners. That's going to be big for them. That's going to be huge for them. Let's get to this game today. I'm going to profile this game, and I'm going to profile the Bronco game. We'll start with this one first. You can't take Carolina seriously when you get swept by the Saints. You can't. And I blame that all on the. I love Dave Canales, but something happened last week, man. Something happened. I like the Bears next week, bro. I like the Bears to beat the Eagles in the playoffs. Give me one quick second. Yeah, I like the Bears right now. They're looking good. Do I like them to win the N.F.C? No, I think they're a little behind, but they do things the right way, the way teams should do it. And I think, sometimes when you play football more conservatively than let my quarterback try and throw 50 touchdowns, it's like Jason Whitlock said. And I told you guys what Whitlock said. I just heard a rumor the NFL are potentially interested in moving the Chiefs from the state. Yeah, to San Antonio. It's not going to happen. If the Chiefs still didn't win Super Bowls, I could see it. But now that they've won Super Bowls and Mahomes is about to hit his prime, when he comes back next year, he'll be ready for September to come back. Uh, it's going to be status quo, and they'll end up building them 90,000 seat stadium in Kansas City. They'll all stay, and Mahomes will be Mahomes doing his Mahomes magic. I think the Chiefs, to talk about them for a second, I think they haven't gotten over the ass whipping the Eagles gave them in the Super Bowl. And then the Eagles went there week 2 and beat them in Arrowhead. And I don't think they've gotten over that. I think the problem with the Chiefs, and they're going to have to go back to this next year, they got to get a real running back, and they have to fix that offensive line again. The receivers are there. They have to do that, and then they can move forward. As long as that quarterback is there, the NFL is trying to move the Chiefs to the state of Kansas, not Texas. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, they can do that because it's this what? It's right next door, Trevor Ward. It's like being in a suburb of Kansas City. It's being in Kansas. That I think the fans will go for that. They'll still be the Kansas City Chiefs. Fans would. It's like here in New York where the Jets and Giants play in Jersey. It's right across the river. It's easy to get to the Meadowlands from the city. It's not hard. That's the way they'll do it. Close to all the metro transportation uh, outlets to get to the game and out. Here, Brooklyn's like that. Like if you want to go see the Brooklyn Nets, every major transportation except 2 subway lines starts at Atlantic Yards where the Brooklyn Nets play. And it's been a big boon for them because the entertainment they have in that arena, besides the sad-ass basketball team, is top-notch. And they cater to their people in Brooklyn. No means. Oh, yeah, they can do that. Sure, they can move them to Kansas. It's right next door. They can easily do that. They can easily do that. Tampa Bay and Carolina today, who wins? Because guess who Carolina got coming to their building next week? You guessed it. Seattle. They better win this game. Seattle, since Mike McDonald has taken over, 13-2 on the road. Let me repeat that. The last 2 years, they are 13-2 on the road. Seattle Seahawks. There's a reason why the Seattle Seahawks are obliterating every team they play. And the Rams gave that game away Thursday night. One of the best games. Last night was a great game. Green Bay and Chicago 2 weeks ago was a great game. And I told you all back in week 10, these games, these next couple of weeks, next Saturday we'll be in LA for the Texans. And you know I'm going to talk big about the Texans, about how they have put it together. They're going to be playing against Herbert. I also heard the NFL is considering moving the Bears out of Illinois and possibly moving the team to Indiana. Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah. It's right next door for her. Indianapolis and like Gary, Indiana is like a mile from Chicago. It's like me going to Hackensack, New Jersey. That's like 15 minutes from my house. I could easily get there across the bridge, and I'm there. It's right next to it. That's what these teams are doing. Third, if they're gonna move them like the Chiefs to Kansas, that's not far. And Kansas City really don't have mass transportation. That's a car city. Just like who's the team you said? The Bears got mass transpo, but I think their fan base would prefer to play not in Gary, but somewhere in Indiana or in the suburb. They're gonna be somewhere close by. This game today that we're going to be watching today for a lot of you, I'm going to go with Tampa, and then we'll see Tampa and Miami next week in our early slot, and then we'll do the night game as our second game. It'll be a day-night doubleheader. We'll be in San Francisco for the Bears. And that is a big game for both teams, by the way. Niners and Bears. Niners can still end up the number one seed. This went out. They were swept Seattle. They split with the Rams. They were beating the Bears for tiebreakers. If San Francisco wins out, everything goes through San Francisco. And I-Test will be delighted. Speaking of I-Test, my prayers are with him. Everybody, his brother got in a horrible hit and run accident last weekend. So our prayers are with his family and I-Test. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tampa today. In the other game, the late game, um, um, Denver and Jacksonville. I'm gonna go Broncos at home, but it wouldn't shock me if the Jacksonville Jaguars win the game. It wouldn't surprise me. I like Houston and LA next Saturday. That game is on the N.F.L. Network. That's at 4:30 Eastern Time, 3:30 Central Time, 1:30 out in California. That's gonna be a good one. We're gonna see a lot about Justin Herbert against that defense, and he will be the focus of our thumbnail next week. Will Anderson. The Bears ain't leaving Chicago. That's Cap. Well, that boy, would you like to join us? Oh man, I'll be getting out of here in a few. So, um, let me know if you want to join us. That just put it in the chat. So, I don't see the Bears leaving, but like I said, I wouldn't put them in Gary, Indiana, where it's right next door to Chicago, right off the expressway. I wouldn't do that, you know. So I gave you how I felt. I gave you the synopsis, but Jason Whitlock said that the black quarterback is failing the NFL. I think the problem with that, he's doing it with the racial side. I'm doing it with the facts. I think a lot of these coaches do not trust the black quarterback to lead. You see that with Matt LaFleur, and that's why he's going to be under fire once the Packers don't make the playoffs. I don't think Love is playing next week with that concussion. Oh God, that he could club it. What the Bears did last night was they tried to intimidate the Packers because they look at the Packers as soft. And the Packers can be soft, and their defense let them down again. I've been telling you people, the defense with Green Bay is the problem. Even with Parsons, it's still a problem. That's why I never buy the Green Bay hype about them. The quarterback is fine. You just let him do his thing. And now he's out. They can win with Malik Willis. You were seeing that last night until that idiot, Matt LaFleur, called a timeout on 2nd and 1. Why? Just run the goddamn play. Okay? Run the goddamn play. All right? Jeez. All right, that boy's coming up for a few. All right, while he's coming up, let's give you the weather forecast for the games today. Let me get the weather. And then we're going to do the announcers. Cool. When I come back at 12:55, we're going straight to Charlotte. Oh, what am I doing? Hold up. That's my bad. Let me get out of here. Hold up. Get out of there. I did this yesterday, and I'll give you the update. Then when I come back, all I have to do is just do the game. Let me get the weather for the games today. I could tell you here, whoever's home today, either the Jets or the Giants, it is a nice day today. I can tell you that. Here we go. Here's my boys. I love this N.F.L. weather channel that they have. Let's see if that boy's up here yet. Yeah, he is. Let's do the weather while that boy is here. Good morning, nephew.
What's going on, Mace?
I'm
What's up?
good.
What's up, bud?
I am good. All right, Buffalo,
Indeed.
27 degrees and sunny. No one cares about the Chiefs. New Orleans, no one cares. That's where the Jets are at today. Boy, how you like to watch that one today. Uh, no one cares about the Giants, even though it's sunny here. All right, in Charlotte, this is the game I'm doing in about an hour and a half. Uh, Beautiful day in Charlotte, 59 degrees and sunny. Miami, 80 degrees, raining in Miami. What else is new? Broncos, again, 63 degrees and sunny for Jacksonville and Denver today. Gotta love Denver, boy. They have good weather in December. Who the hell would have thought that? Pittsburgh at Detroit is indoors. Houston's indoors. And tonight, 33 degrees and clear in Baltimore for the Patriots and the Pats and the Ravens today. And what do you think about Jason Whitlock? What he said? Did you hear me talk about that earlier?
Yeah, I did.
What do you think about that?
I believe it's some truth to it. I don't necessarily believe it's the coaches. I believe it's still the owners.
You think the owners don't want the players to shine?
I believe that they're still in the position and mindset that they were in the '80s. I believe that absolutely.
Interesting. Me, I think a lot of it has to do with the fan base of these
Okay,
teams. They're not used to having a black face as the quarterback.
right.
I'll tell you one thing though, Whitlock had the receipts. I'll give him that. Did you hear the part when I talked about the 250-yard quarterbacks?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Uh,
How the hell you go from 19 in 2018 to 5 now?
right. I, I don't know. Players have ups and downs. Certain seasons ain't gonna be as good as
Yeah.
others.
Yeah, I understand. All right, the Buccaneer game today. Your announcers are Chris Myers, Mark Sheriff, and Jennifer Hale. Buffalo at Cleveland is Eagle, J.J. Watt, and Evan Washburn. The Cowboy game today is Adam Amin and Drew Brees and the beautiful Christina Pink. Boy, what a ass she got on her, boy. Dark chocolate, wow. You know I'll be looking at that. Tom McCarthy, Russ Tucker, and the gorgeous Tiffany Blackman will be here. Oh, they'll be in New Orleans for the Jets and Saints. Giant game is here. That'll be Kenny Albert, Jonathan Vilma, and Megan O'Leary. That's a nice looking young lady. Chiefs and Melanie Collins will be there if you like snow bunnies. Kevin Hart and Trent Green. He's very good looking. The Miami game today is Aditi Kinkubawa, Adam Archuleta, and Spiro Ditas. That's their worst announcing team. They'll be in Miami today for that game. Uh, Jason Benedetti, Brady Quinn, and Sarah Kusat, they'll be doing the hapless Falcons against the hapless Cardinals. The game I'll be doing today in Denver, that'll be Kugler, Moose Johnson, and Alice Williams. Steelers, you know who that is. Joe Buck. Well, I'm saying Joe Buck. I'm sorry. Uh, uh, Jim Nance, Tony Romo, and Tracy Wolfson. And Third Ward's game, which is the Texans and the AJ Ross is fine too. Let me ask you a question. You live in that neck of the country, okay? Why is it in Pittsburgh, right? Um, that boy, why is it in Pittsburgh? The white women look horrible, but the black women are gorgeous and thick. Why is that? That boy?
Say that again.
Why in your part of the world, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Cincinnati? Why is
Uh,
it? I think Cincinnati got good looking white girls. Why is it Pittsburgh and Cleveland, the white girls are, and the black girls are fine. Why is that?
Um, I really don't know. Like,
Because I can tell
Cincinnati.
you, through the years.
Mhm.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say
No, go ahead. Say what you're saying.
Cincinnati, Cleveland, and Pittsburgh is cool. I like Chicago women.
Oh
That's just
yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
But why is it in the Rust Belt the
mhm.
black women look 10 times better than the white women?
I can't answer. I have no idea why, Mace. I can't
You
explain it.
look at Steeler black players, folks. I will say 98% of them have black girlfriends or black wives. That's not by accident. All you have to do is look at Lisa Salters and AJ Ross. They're from Pittsburgh. Look how fine they are. Look how
I don't know.
fine. Look how fine. When you see these Steeler players with their girlfriends, they're all dime pieces, bro. All black too. I don't know why that is, but God bless Pittsburgh when it comes to black women. Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, of course, Chicago, Indianapolis got good-looking
Okay.
black women.
Absolutely.
Well, the white women, Cincinnati got good-looking white women now. I can tell you that.
Yeah, there's a couple around here, Chicago, but mainly,
Well,
don't
Chicago is a whole different story. They got
yeah, for
good-looking
real,
women
it
in Chicago.
is.
And Minneapolis, believe it or not. And Minneapolis.
Honestly, I've never been to Minneapolis. I want to get up there.
Yeah, Minneapolis, Indianapolis, they got good-looking black chicks there. It's once you get to Iowa, where Betty Sue is, those places in the Midwest, Kansas.
Right, Oklahoma.
I'll tell you something else. Oklahoma got good-looking women.
Oh, do they?
Nebraska got good-looking women, believe it or not. They do.
Okay.
Yeah. Those places got good-looking black women and white women. Those two
Yeah,
places. I don't
I've never been to.
discriminate, folks. I just tell you facts.
I've never been to Kansas City either, so I couldn't.
No, I never been to KC, but I know that Indy, Minneapolis, Chicago, Cleveland, Detroit. Keep forgetting Detroit. Detroit's in that part. Detroit got nothing but gorgeous black women.
Absolutely.
I'll get back on topic in a second, folks. I'm just saying how in Pittsburgh, Cleveland, that these women outshine the white chicks. I'm not being racist. I'm just making a point.
Yeah.
And when you see the black athletes who play in those towns, you know who I've been seeing lately on Instagram?
What's that?
God bless his soul. Chris Henry's kids.
Yeah.
They got their own Instagram channel.
Yeah.
And if you don't know the sad story of Chris Henry, these kids' mama was what you would say back in our day. I'm going to be nice about this, but I think that boy knows where I really want to go with this. Let's just say that young lady was the epitome of young black women back in the day, okay? And what happened was she was fighting this good man, and unfortunately he fell off the pickup truck and busted his head and died. And it was one of the saddest stories because that Bengal team I followed like there was no tomorrow. That were my guys back then. And I was saying this the other night. I'll save for that boyfriend to hear it from my own lips. And third ward, if he's still asking questions, I'm going to read them in a second. Between 2003, really 2001, because that's where they got Chad and Husman Zada. Since 2001 to right now, the Bengals have drafted well. I know people don't want to believe that they have. The problem is the warden. And what you're going to see happen is, and I said this to Manzano earlier, Joe Burrow's going to be forced to he's going to retire to heal his body up. And then he will want a trade when he comes back. If he decides that he can't take the punishment, he'll retire like Carson Palmer. And that's going to make the Bengals look bad, folks. All right, let me read third word. It's a
Absolutely.
lot of beautiful black women in Ohio. Yes, because in the tri-state area of the country, a lot of white girls are meth heads, and I think. All right, I'm gonna stop
Yeah,
right there.
for real.
All right.
Drugs be hitting them hard in the Midwest. That's absolutely right, third.
Third voice cracking up wise.
That's facts.
Do you think it's possible Shadura and the Browns upset Josh Allen? God, I hope so. I would love to see it. But I'll tell you this: Shadura will move the football today. I'll promise you that because Buffalo's defense really sucks. I'll be back in a second. Again, like I was saying, about Chris Henry. Uh, it's sad how his life ended, and he was one of my favorite. I tell you, Hus Mazada and Chad on the outside, and Chris Henry on the inside. There was no better receiving core in the sport back in the 2000s. Am I right, that boy?
Absolutely. That's fact. I'm happy your son declared for Ohio State though. So
Moss likes the Kansas City Summers. Moss, this is Sunday. This is NFL here in America. I'll talk hockey on Tuesday when I come back. Trust me, I'm doing Edmonton and Calgary Tuesday night. I know this for a fact because I done traveled throughout the state of Ohio. I got some friends out there. Don't sleep on Cleveland either. I mentioned Cleveland has good looking women. Big body, yeah. Cleveland, yeah. I mean, look what LeBron did. He married a local girl.
absolutely Cleveland.
He's been with that woman for 26 years. Jordan Love with his wife now. That hottie. When he was a freshman, sophomore in college, he had no pro potential, but she rode and died with him. You know? Good to see you, Moss, on a Sunday. What was I going to say? Yeah. What do you think about this game today? Carolina and Tampa.
Tampa better win.
Okay. What do you think about the Bronco game against Jacksonville today?
I think the Broncos are hot. They're going to stay hot.
I agree with you. What about tomorrow night? the big game, the Niners at Indianapolis tomorrow. I'm doing that game tomorrow night, by the way. What do you think about that?
I just hope Indy don't get blown out.
I agree with that. I want to thank everybody for pulling up, and I'll be back in 90 minutes. So you want to hear me, you'll hear me doing both games today. And like that, boy, anybody else can pull up, and we just talk football while the game is going on.
Absolutely.
So, I appreciate you guys. Do you all think Sedora and the Browns can? I gave you the answer. Maybe, depending on the weather. I said that, Ferret. I gave you your answer. I said maybe, depending on the weather. And if I'm the Browns, Buffalo's receivers don't scare me. What a waste. That guy got 20 sacks already, and he's on Cleveland. Boy, I tell you, Myles Garrett is God. Wow, what a player. All right, folks, we'll see you in 90 minutes. Thanks for pulling up. Thanks, Ferret. Good seeing you. You can pull up again in 90 minutes. It's okay, Ferret. Ferret, you was great today, bro. Everybody was great today. And again, good morning to Moss and everybody listening. And we'll see you in exactly 90 minutes. We'll see you later. Have a good morning, everybody.
All right.
Yeah, you can stay. What's up?